Hello everyone and welcome back to the Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Last time, in our last session, we continued our... Actually, we just really started our hunt after Sephiroth, Cloud's old former idol and now mortal enemy, who, apparently Cloud was just postponing that hunt during his time in Midgar when he jobbed for Avalanche, and now we are back on track. And yep, there we are. And also we are kind of escaping from Shinra after playing a minor role in their demise. And yeah, our travel have brought us through the big Z mountain shape on the right continent to the harbor town of Midgar, harbor town of Junon, which, judging from the world map scale, is still quite big. It's also a rather large town, but yeah, the what we see is not what we get. This is not a big harbor town. It's hardly even a town. So what is this place? Well, that's simple. Actually, I'm gonna check the menu tells us anything. It's under Junon. I rather like to call it Old Junon. But yeah, under Junon is just as fitting. No, I'm actually good. Let's leave it at that. And I think this is an odd place, because let's just talk to the people a little bit. So basically the town that we have seen on the world map is above this town. Instead of exterminating or driving away the locals, they just said, you know what, you stay here, we're just building on top of you. Why did I want to go? I have no clue why I wanted to go out. So yeah, and now they live in, just like in Midgar slums, they live in the constant shadows of Junon, of the Shinra-driven city, another Shinra-driven city. And yeah, while they are similarly resilient, like the slum people, not to move away, they live in similarly sad circumstances. And they apparently are not very friendly to outsiders. And oh, Sephiroth has not come through this town apparently, which is bad. And the guard, of course, will not let us through. Good thing he hasn't attacked us on sight. So apparently our reputation has not reached this place yet. We can't have that. We must wreak havoc. What's this? Oh, I can climb up. And it's absolutely useless. Great. Now the blanket's all dirty. You did it well, Squall. Cloud. Why do I keep calling Cloud Squall and Squall Cloud? That's horrible. Okay, let's go where we need to go. So it's kind of a strange spot because suddenly you have no drive anymore. It is basically a dead end. And only coming here will allow you to proceed without any context, basically. So this always felt kind of like a filler episode, Little girl toying with a dolphin. And yeah. She wants her what's it called? Her beach for herself. And suddenly boss fight music. What the hell has happened? Where's this beast coming from? That's what toxic waste does to fish. And girls are like, I don't care about the giant sea snake. And we're like, yo, it's experience, get it! And yeah, suddenly you have a boss fight to do. This is literally how it's happening. I don't know, I don't know what Square was thinking about this. Yeah, so this is a flying enemy, so of course we cannot use Quake. It will just simply miss. Or do 0 damage, I don't know. The things to use here are... Ow! That's hurt, oops. The things to use here are Bolt and Fire again. So compared to Final Fantasy VIII, where Ice is basically a no-brainer, you can hit any enemy with Ice. At least any boss. In here it's... well, at least they don't... only very few enemies are vulnerable to it. And the Moonstrike... oh, the Moonstrike is hitting each enemy once. I see. Whoop. And also this boss is a two-phase boss. And despite being quite boring until now, he is, now in his second phase, a very formidable adversary. And the reason for that, we'll probably see soon, is this goddamn move. I hate it so much, really. It's basically an upgraded version of Reno's Pyramid, because it not only blocks the character from acting, but also deals continuous damage. And, since it's an enemy, it puts the bottom well, that's what this boss is called, into back row. So if you're using melee attacks, I think, can you even melee him? I'm not sure. Nope, you can't. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he puts him in the back row. The bubble can't put this guy in the back row. Just a little thing to make things worse. Oh, I could just use the flamethrower. Duh, stupid me. Oh, we know that move. And he's not being hit by it, and it hurts. At least a bit. So yeah, flamethrower, single target, but stronger than a normal level 1 spell. So in this fight, actually, the smarter thing to use. Kinda overlooked it. And I think it won't be much longer until we show this stupid snake who's the boss in town. Huh? Still not? Oh, big wave again. What? Oh! It's dying with the last attack. Yeah, some bosses do that. I don't know why, I don't think... Well, yeah. Some just like to... Some people are just bad losers. Oh, but you got the power wrist. That's a nice thing to have. Anyway. Little girl got a heavy hit or bite or anything. And light in the shadow water while we were fighting. And she's dead. And we are the only persons present. Oh, this can't be bad. No, 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 we didn't do it. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Actually, you're doing CPR mouth to nose, aren't you? She's just... I mean, what's that supposed to mean? She's just a girl, like, can't you just make another one? Anyway, one of the most boring minigames ever. Like, really, I'm not this whole episode is so unnecessary. Yeah. We press square once. And after a second or so, he starts breathing in, so at first you think nothing's happening, which is very irritating. And yeah, you breathe in deeply. And then you breathe out. I actually don't know what's the optimal point to stop at. But I think consistency is key here, so I'll just keep, I don't know. I really don't know what you need to do to succeed in the minigame. Come on? Yeah. If it's about a certain time, the number of breather strokes in with the same area, or if it's total volume pumped into her. I don't know. It doesn't tell you anything about what's good, and it doesn't give you any reward feedback. It's just always breathing in, breathing out. And for example, now I press, now he starts breathing. That's just... this is so badly done, really. I mean, the reddish color on top of the lungs, and of course this is supposed to be lungs, the reddish color kinda suggests that you do not want to breathe in too deep. But he's shaking his head all the time, and I don't know if I've never had his do anything else except shaking his head. So shaking his head is kind of a feedback like, nope, you didn't do it right. If this is right, I don't know how to do it. If this you did it wrong. So if this is wrong, I don't know how to do it right. And at some point, it's just, oh, yep, done. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing, really. So yeah, I don't know what this all is supposed to be about. So yeah, now we... yeah, he's still reminiscing about old times. Now that we saved Priscilla, this woman is no longer running around, and that's a hint for you to talk to her. When an NPC changes his position or behavior, it's always a hint to talk to the person. And yeah. We've done so much for Priscilla, blah blah. No one's mentioning the giant sea snake at all. And now we're supposed to rest. Okay. So apparently we rest now. I mean, we can run around the city more, explore the surrounding woods or anything, but to continue we need to rest. Ignore the flickering at the bottom, please. I'm sorry for that. I don't know if we had this music anywhere before. But I really started to hate, and I not really hate, rather dread it. It's nothing good comes from it when this music is playing. Yeah, we had it once, I think, in the Shinra building, where Genova was. 5 years ago. I'm not exactly sure what the voice is even hinting at here. I mean, she has a life. She's probably having a job, training with Sagan. I don't know. Wait, again, she's... Back then, she's also just 15 or 16. I don't know if she's jobbing at that age already. Oh, but there are some important questions here. Because actually, what the voice is really telling you as the player, is it's trying to prime you. It's trying to prime you that there are things in Cloud's story that don't add up. Like, there are things you are missing. And although it will take, I think, a really long time until we get to know what all this is about, this is a thing that that's important to keep in mind. So yeah, music has changed. Not really fitting the situation. Tifa can't remember either where they have what happened. She said something about they had already met. I don't know what that's supposed to be about. But yeah. Oh, Priscilla is conscious again. No, I don't want to talk to you again. Leave it there. So yeah, it's really odd. But this is one of the very few situations in which the characters actually reference the background music. This music is actually playing, probably a little bit fainter, from the city above. And there's no real way to tell, except for, oh, the music changed. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, she's up again, and she's sorry that she mistook us for Shinra, and she's given us a gift, and it's a materia. Why can't people? Why does everyone have materia? Anyway, the music again. And suddenly, Rufus. Gotta pay my respects. And we all know that Barrett's respects are full of lead and blood. So yeah. This is basically the thing there's this whole Priscilla, I don't want to call it an arc, and let's just call it a mini-episode. This Priscilla mini-episode leads up to. Her telling us Rufus is coming, and city up there and everything, and giving us a few hints how to come there. And that's all that is to it. And and a sudden random boss. I suppose they were designing the Junon episode, and at the end they were thinking like, huh, how did the characters even get here? And another was like, we didn't fit in any good boss fight too. It's been really long since we had our last boss. Remember, the Midgar Zone, you're not supposed to fight it, so our last boss was at the end of the Midgar Highway. We've gone to Calm, to the Chocobo Ranch, through the mines, and to Junon now, without a single boss fight. So it was indeed really time for another one, And apparently they didn't manage to fit one in, and then they was like, okay, let's do this little beach thing episode there. But I really think it's not good. Let's just not talk about it anymore here. And now I'm to blame because I didn't finish off Rufus. Also, there are apparently... I mean, what the hell? Sure, those pillars are not meant to be climbed, but have those people heard of isolation? Like, no, it's insulation. Insulation? Like, what the hell? You can't put a high voltage pillar into it, just directly into a town. What's wrong with those Shinra? High voltage tower. And it's me again. And what's not really being said is that they will search different ways to go up there. Because now we're gonna infiltrate the real Junon, the Shinra Junon, the new Junon. And for that we use, oh look, more high voltage into the water. Like, really? Shinra, really? Who designed this? Yeah, well, you see what the dolphin can do. He's a pretty good jumper. And we are supposed to use Mr. Dolphin's jumps to jump to the top of the pole. That's not really something we've seen, but we will see it as soon as we start. And yeah, this is actually really nice. They are taken, since the party is splitting up, and we of course cannot exchange people at any point we want after Cloud has separated. We cannot use the PHS. And here they give a nice in-universe explanation of why we can't use it. With him taking it from us for a moment. Sure, I know how. I love such details. So yeah, and there you see, this is the bar we want to jump to. If we jump too far to the right, left, the big pole will zap us, so we don't want that. There is a certain spot. And yeah, the perspective makes it really hard to judge where to jump from. Okay, this was absolutely not it. Somewhere around here? I don't know. And I also can't remember. No, I think I'm too far on the left, to the right. Somewhere around here? Maybe. Now it just looks like Dolphin can't jump high enough at all. And if I jump over here... Oh, okay, that was definitely too far up. It's just trial and error, basically. No. You can, of course, also jump from down here, from the lower edge of the screen. Then Dolphin will jump into the different direction. Oh, that was close. And maybe here? And whoop, there we got it. Okay, gotta remember that. The middle of the water, bottom of the screen. And here is no more high voltage, it's just the area below. However he get to know that. And isn't that a fancy airship? Isn't that a fancy airship? Too sad we are alone and cannot hijack that. This would save us so much trouble. Anyway, although this looks like a treasure chest, it's actually a trigger. They really put much effort into this screen, with the music fading in when you move closer, and also with the trigger. I mean, you have a very deep perspective here, and when you're back here, you can't really recognize anything. So to make a trigger recognizable, you really need to give it a big shape, or a shape that a player would absolutely want to touch, like that of a treasure chest. I mean, it looks like those yellow treasure chests, doesn't it? So yeah, I've never really failed to what to do there. The dolphin and lower Junon thingy were much more annoying. But now we are in Junon and we are mistaken for a soldier. A soldier in civil dress. Oh, wait, can I save first? No, I can't. Come over here. Nope. Okay. No. That's not where I wanted to go. Here. Here we go. Big day when we change, when Rufus comes. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be... Are they giving me a rifle? Can I just shoot him? Huh. But now we are disguised as a Shinra! Yay! Remember the greeting procedure. Say what? How can you even see my face? I got a helmet on, don't I? Just do like we do. Simple. And I don't know where those wounds come from. Good thing we do not have to sing. I think he's stretching. That's what this is supposed to be. And yeah. And those are the instructions. Walk in line and shoulder my gun when I'm in step. All clear. Those are actually instructions that we have to put into work manually. Which should be clear at least after they give us an option to repeat. To repeat the instructions. And yeah, this is what Junon looks like. A little bit like the East. Monotonous buildings. Like all the same and everything. Very, very industrial. Very, very indoctrinated. And isn't that some fine marching there? Guess where we are? We're late. No. Fuck. Okay, there was a save point around the corner. This last one is actually me. Oh my god. And this is how we will cross the border. We will get put into a little cart, and then this cannon will shoot us to the other continent. No. Actually not. By the way, down there, those little lights, below the ramp, that's lower Junon. There you can see the ramp with the airship, and that is one huge ass cannon. And those are also some huge ass banners. Like holy shit, what's with Rufus' ego that he put up those banners? Yep, we're late.